Hello, friends. Today's topic is hustle culture. Let's rant.
Young Americans are finally ditching girl boss culture and the toxic hustle culture of past generations. And instead of working themselves to the bone for minimal reward, they're actually prioritizing work-life balance. Wages aren't keeping up with inflation, which is making it hard for them to hit milestones like homeownership. Resume Lab did a study and found that 83% of Gen Z would consider themselves job hoppers, and that regardless of the company culture or how long they've been there or how much they like the company, they are more worried about getting paid more. So they'll leave and go get a better paying job. And that in another study, over 40% of Gen Z are actually doing a full-time 9 to 5, but doing a side hustle as well. A lot of them apparently are turning to investments like cryptocurrency and real estate in order to secure their financial future. They know that solely relying on your employer is not the vibe anymore.
Hi, my name is Marissa, and I'm a recovering advocate of hustle culture. I used to be that person proud of working 2 to 3 days straight with little to no sleep. Like, it was like a badge of honor to me. I was like, you work hard, you sleep less, you grind daily, like, let's get it. And underneath this hustle culture toxicity of a badge, I literally was in my mid-20s struggling. I was struggling mentally. My mental health was detrimental. I was literally exhausted. I was stressed. I had anxiety. Yes, I was making a lot of money, but what was life? I was not living it. That's why I say the hustle is irrelevant if you work yourself to death, because literally I almost did. But I realized I didn't have to sacrifice myself for success. You don't have to sacrifice yourself for success. You matter. Put yourself first. And these are 5 things I forced myself to do so that I could break out of that hustle culture mentality. I set boundaries. Clear as day. I timed block. I did whatever I had to do. I even penciled in, and this is my second one, prioritizing self-care. I penciled in, like, what weekend am I going to the spa? Like, when am I going to take my baths? Like, when am I just going to sit and do nothing? I prioritize me, my mental health, and that really helped with my anxiety. A few other things that I did. I changed the way I did business. Number one, I guess technically number 3, but number 1 in changing how I did business, I delegated and outsourced. I relinquished this idea of I had to be in power. No, it don't got to be me that do it. You don't got to do it, sis. Get somebody else to do it. And then also I focused on efficiency. Like, I built passive income streams. I was like, this funnel thing, let's figure this out. Let's make this work, because I can build it once and it can continuously make me money. So delegate and outsource and focus on creating efficiencies within your business. Last but not least, cultivate a support network. Or honestly, if you're like me, just let your people in. I will never forget. I was so embarrassed. My boyfriend at the time had reached out to my friends because something happened and he was worried about me. And I was just like, why would he tell them? But then I realized they're my support system. Like, why am I hiding this struggle that I'm having with anxiety, with mental health, with exhaustion, with my business? Like, why am I hiding it? Let them in, go to events that prioritize well-being, that talk about work-life balance, that talk about self-care, and connect with entrepreneurs that think like you. And that is how you will overcome this toxicity of hustle culture, this badge of honor that we as entrepreneurs wear. Let it go, sis.
Let me tell you, as someone who spent years in the service industry, bartending and serving, it's not as easy to walk away as people think. Everyone loves to say, get a real job, or there's no future in that, but they don't get it. When you're broke and desperate for cash, nothing beats walking into a shift with $0 and walking out with a few hundred. That first night you hit the floor after barely making it through unpaid training, and you leave with real money in your pocket, that's a feeling you don't forget. It's like an instant dopamine hit for your brain. And that hustle, it's addictive. You get used to the grind, working weekends, holidays, double shifts, whatever it takes, because you'll walk out with the money you need. That's why people in this industry live off caffeine, push through exhaustion, and thrive on the rush. Yes, it's chaotic. Yes, it's exhausting, but it's also fun and freeing in a way most jobs aren't. The people who stick with it aren't just there because they have to be. They're there because they love the hustle. And trust me, if we didn't want to be there, we wouldn't be.
I am 100% against hustle culture. I'm going to tell you how I got to that point. I used to be the person that didn't believe going out on weekdays. You grind. You ain't here to make friends. You ain't here to have fun. You grind until you get where you're supposed to go. I used to feel like that. I used to be like, you need to give up sleep if you try to reach the goal. But now, I done got to a point where I've been able to go to the club on weekdays, study, work my job, get promoted, and still get 8 hours of sleep and work out. That's what I did when I was trying to apply to business school and I got into Warden on a full ride. So I'm just here to tell y'all today, you can have a social life. You can get all your sleep. And you can do well in your career and like manage your relationships. You just can't procrastinate.
Do you need to hustle? Why? More money, maybe. Depend on what your goals are and what are you trying to do.
I'm so tired of hustle culture. And I used to be a part of hustle culture. I wanted to be a motivational speaker. And in some aspects I still do, but you see all of these videos of people talking about hustle culture, waking up at 5 a.m. and working out and always eating healthy and always doing this and always doing that and always doing the most and doing more and making more and how much more can you get? The bigger car, the bigger house. It's all just a bunch of bullshit and we need to stop listening to hustle culture. And the moment that I actually started slowing down, meditating more, telling myself that no, I actually make more money when I slow down and I'm relaxing. And I'm going and I'm getting a massage, and I'm going and I'm getting my nails done, and I'm going and I'm doing things that slow me down and put me more in a relaxed mindset versus a anxiety mindset that hustle culture talks about. You don't need to wake up at 5 a.m. just to be successful. Wake up when you're done sleeping. When you're no longer tired, wake up then and do your workout whenever you feel is good for you. For me, it's either 12 in the afternoon or it's 5:30 at night, and that's when I feel best working out. So you don't have to listen to hustle culture just to be successful. In my personal opinion, it was the complete opposite when I actually started making $10,000 or $12,000 a month. When I slowed down, when I walked my dog, and then I started meditating after his walk, every single day, that is when I started to notice more money coming to me. But stop listening to these fucking people who are telling you that you have to be busy every single fucking second of your day just to be successful. You have to work out at 5 a.m. just to be successful. No, you don't. The good thing about us being different is everyone's different, and different things are going to work for different people. So find your flow, find what works for you, stop listening to hustle culture because you don't need it just to be successful. You can actually slow down and be more successful.
Does anyone else ever need that reminder that God's gonna keep working even if you're not? And as someone who pretty much has grown up with a hustle culture mindset, with a go-getter mindset, with a get it out the mud mindset, now as I've entered into my walk with Christ and I'm really learning to trust him, and I'm also learning not to work in my own strength, it's like he constantly has to remind me that even if you say no to one opportunity, even if you choose today not to work, not to push yourself, I'm still working. I'm working in your sleep. And I just know that that reminder is so healing for me, especially as a Black woman who has literally felt like if I don't do it, nobody else is going to do it for me. So when he talks to me and gently reminds me that, hey, even if you're not working, even if you're not productive, even if you're not pushing out all of the content, even if you're not going 110% all of the time, even if you're not working late hours, I'm still working. Now, I recognize that there's a certain amount of effort that we have to put in, but since the beginning of the year, the Lord has reminded me that he is my partner in this thing. He is my business partner. He is my partner in the workplace. He's my partner in my relationships. He is my partner. He is my provider, and he is with me. And just as he is all of those things for me, he is all of those things for you. So I wanted to just remind you guys in this season of your life, if you've been struggling with this yourself, I know I certainly have, even if you're not working, he is.
Do you need to save a little bit more money each month? Then having a second job makes sense. Do it while you're young because as you get older, it gets harder. Thank you for watching. Until next video.